Okay, I'm Simon Unger, Chief Executive of the Procurement Group, and our business for the last 17 years has been all about saving our clients money, and we do that by ensuring they get the best bang for their buck. We don't save money on everything, but what we do is validate that you're paying a fair price, what we call fair market value, for the items that you purchase. So I'm going to be doing a series of webinars, and in these I'll be running through some common topics and explaining our take on these items. This week I'm going to talk about the curse of unexpected bills. They're the blight of everyone's life, whether at home or at work. We get a bill in that we're not expecting. It hurts, and some of them can be big, some of them can be small, and we've seen over the years some common threads which have cropped up. There's three really which we find cause bills to appear out of nowhere that piss you off as a finance director. So the first one is not having accurate accruals. So you are probably keeping an accruals register, but it might not be accurate, and therefore if you get a bill for goods for resale, it's going to screw you with your gross margin. If you get a bill through for goods not for resale, it's going to affect your gross to net and your bottom line. So either way, it's bad news, and it's caused by inaccurate accruals. A second item which we see, which can cause this problem, is having purchase orders issued, receiving the goods, but there's no invoice. So it's kind of the same as the accruals issue, but it's different because you can identify this. You should be able to run a report from your purchase order system and get a tally of the value of the items that have not been received. So I think there's a solution for that one. Inaccurate accrual is a ball ache, as we all know, but in terms of having POs issued and goods received, but you've got no invoice from the supplier, you should be able to run a report. And then the final one, which is the biggest blight of all, is just plain and simple unauthorized expenditure. So this is when you've got rogues in your business who are going off and spending money, and actually there's very little that you can do about that. You can have controls, you can write to your suppliers and say, unless you get a proper purchase order or our process is followed, we're not going to pay your bills. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if someone wants to incur a cost on your behalf, then they are going to do it. And it's up to you and your company culture as to how you feel best to deal with that. Most people will train, retrain and whatever, so that the people who are perpetrating this are embarrassed into not doing it. Others take disciplinary action, which is probably a bit over the top, but it depends on how you run your business and what you wish to do with in terms of your colleagues. I suppose there's also an element of proportionality in there in terms of the size of the item. So in terms of unexpected bills, we see those coming about primarily from three aspects. Number one, inaccurate accruals. You can deal with that. It takes time and it's a pain, but you can deal with that. Number two, purchase orders having been issued and the goods received, but there's no invoice from the supplier. And number three is unauthorized expenditure. And you're a bit limited in what you can do in that. So I hope this has been useful and interesting, and gives a basis for you to just tighten up a little bit so you get fewer